Hey, welcome to our awesome podcast. We're probably trending number one in Finland by now. This is Kenny Mayne. I got Cooper Manning, more handsome and intelligent and kinder of the Mannings. And we got Kevin from The Office, Brian Baumgartner, our new friend. We often at the top talk about our last round. I'm going to go first because mine's a bad story, and then you guys will take it up, right? We'll start bad and move it up. I'll go last. Muscles. I've had muscle spasms because of old age, and I'm swinging too hard. Something's going wrong. I came back, and I played the last 9 holes. No, I wouldn't say pain-free, but well enough. Had a great day. I need massage therapy, and I need, like, oils. I need zappers. I need help. Did you guys have a better experience?
Yeah, to peacock around and kind of take all the attention and just focus it on me, I was fortunate enough to go out west and had a little 2-day extravaganza to play Cypress Point, not to brag, and I hit a little 165-yarder uphill, number 14, and it disappeared, went right in the hole. So Cisco, the caddy, was high stepping, and we had Montrachet on the next hole and got drunk as a skunk that night. So hole-in-ones are all fun for everybody.
Congratulations, Cooper. That's amazing. I hate to talk about it. It's just that everyone in Scotland is talking about it.
It's not even his last round.
It's not my last round, but we haven't discussed it. 77 daddy shot on the old course, St. Andrews. I played the 2 par 5s -3. Everybody was talking about it over there. I'm sort of embarrassed about it. Our guest today, you might know her as the 2014 U.S. Open champion. You might know her as having, aside from returning to Pinehurst, here's a trivia question, her last professional round before retirement was with me on the Hilton Grand Vacations LPGA Tournament of Champions event. You know her, you love her. She has a more unique putting style, or did back in the day, than Kenny Mayne. Michelle Wie West is our guest today. Michelle, how's it going?
Good.
Guys, I have to tell you, Michelle and I just had an epic battle in Las Vegas. I had Michael Phelps, Olympic champion, as my partner. I had Mardy Fish, known as the greatest celebrity golfer, I think that's fair to say, Michelle, as my partner. We had Michelle and her teammates down 4 through 12, and we lost.
Oh, what happened?
What happened, Michelle? What did you do?
Oh, man. Honestly, that's up there on like rounds where like you feel really good about yourself, you know? Because the amount of shit that these guys were talking. I mean, you can only imagine,
we've seen
Phelps and Mardy and, I'm sorry to exclude you from this, but they're like elite athletes, you know?
That's the best thing you could have ever said on this show. That is in my quiet, Brian.
But not to ahead. Exclude you from that, Brian, but there's a lot of egos at play. Like, Phelps has never lost in his life. Marty's never really lost in his life too, and especially in like golf tournaments. And they're, talking about, oh, what do we do? Like, what if we win too early? Like, that's awkward. Like, how does this like go on now? How does the tournament even happen? And my partners were Kira Dixon and Trey McBride, and it was a 3-person scramble. And it was so epic. Kira made like a 45-footer, right?
That's where it all turned. And I don't think my shoulder slumped, but I had actually hit it into a foot, like a gimme on that par 5, which was 12. We were 4 up. We were about to go 5 up. Kira makes a 45-footer. And you guys celebrated like you won the U.S. Open, jumped up and down. You're hugging Kira. And I'm like, relax. That just kept you from not going 5 down with like 6 to play. And then,
and then
we got our asses handed to us.
Yeah, it was. And then I drained like a 40-footer on the last hole
to actually make you guys. We had almost a gimme that Marty had hit it in very close. So we were going to, we thought, tie the match.
Yeah, I walked it in. It was. It felt so amazing, and like. It just, we were running around. I mean, we definitely messed up those greens. I'm sorry to the golf course that we played at, but it was truly epic.
Did he corrupt you and make you bet money on the match?
I don't bet money on the golf course anymore.
Well, I didn't used to until I met Brian. Do you get stopped at airports a lot and people just break into, all right, so anyway, I'm slicing with my, they just start talking about their game. And I mean, I would do that. So like it has to happen, right?
Yeah, it's funny. Speaking of airports, so I went to the Masters this year, and went from Augusta Airport to like Charlotte, and then I laid over and whatever. So now I'm walking the Charlotte Airport. I'm walking, and all these like guys are like giving me like a what's up, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting like recognized a lot today, feeling really good about myself. I'm like, wow, like, everyone's like recognizing, like, hey, what's up? Like, sorry, I got to make my flight, And then I get to the gate and I put my bags down. And I'm carrying 2 Masters, like, shopping bags. And I realize I have a Masters hat on. I'm like, oh, man, that's why all these guys are like, hey, what's up? And, like, not because they recognize who I am, but they're, jealous that I went to the Masters. But, yeah, no, people ask me all the time how to fix their slice and, blah, blah, blah.
How do you do that?
Don't answer. It's incurable. Have you had any other experiences where you've played against, probably even younger in your life, against grown men and made them weep and walk off and think about picking up pickleball instantaneously?
You kidding me?
Do you have anything pop to mind? Anyone you beat before that it felt even better than beating Brian Baumgartner?
So I remember like playing with my my dad's friends growing up, and I was like, oh, I want to save enough money to buy a car, and I would play with them like weekly, and they were big poker players, big bettors, and I was young and cocky, and I actually made enough to buy a car. I have like an envelope full of cash still of like the money that I got from these guys. And by the time I turned pro, by the time I turned 16, I was pro. So I never ended up like using that envelope of cash. I think I still have it. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I used to love taking money from older guys. Like I know that, wait, hold on.
Simmer
That's
down.
not
Great. Simmer down.
Rephrase that.
Let's make fun of her.
Non-athletes.
Yeah. Felt like we were interviewing the Long Island Lolita right there, like taking money from older guys. But if you go out to play golf now, do you get frustrated that, when you start spraying a little bit, you're okay?
No, it's funny because I'm probably the least competitive when I play golf now. Like other like obscure things I get really competitive at, but golf, I don't know. I just have fun out there. I hardly even keep score. I just have fun.
Sounds like we need to rally up some older men with an envelope full of cash to get that blood turning again.
Well, not to bring up that last round we just played in Vegas, but there was a shift within you. I mean, you started saying out loud, like, guys, they're going to be so loud tonight in the casino, trash talking us. We've got to, like, what do you feel like there was a little shift from you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was. I definitely turned on. I mean, like, it was honestly one of the most fun rounds I've had, just because I enjoy shit talking, and I think like when you can give it and you can take it, I think it's just like so much fun. And just to wipe the smirks off your
Michelle, you've come to
faces.
You've come to the right podcast. We needed a fourth, and you are her. I assure you.
Hey, I remember covering you when you first came up. I mean, I missed your preschool years, but after that, and it was like, here's this 12-year-old beating Big Mama Joanne Carner. What's going on here? Would you? And this is so broad because you lived it. Would you ever want it any other way? Go through college, then join, or, not do it the way you did it, which was remarkable. But looking back, is there anything you would have wanted to happen differently?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the landscape of NIL, it definitely makes for like an interesting conversation and like, thought starter if I would have done anything differently. But no, I mean, I am really fortunate that, I had the parents that I had, because they, as crazy as my life was and as crazy as the things that I was doing, my parents put such an emphasis on me having a normal life. So they didn't pull me out of school. I still went to the same school, had the same set of friends. We lived in the same house. I didn't have a car. I never used an envelope of cash. And I still went to college. I went, I graduated at Stanford. I lived in the dorms, lived in those, stupid twin beds that are made out of plastic. And I mean, I kind of lived like the NIL life before NIL was kind of NIL. The only thing that I missed out on, and when I see the Stanford girls on the women's golf team now, I kind of feel a little bit of FOMO and be like, oh, I wish I had that. That's the only thing. But I feel like my experience was very similar to the NIL athletes nowadays.
You've hit, obviously, a ton of tremendously excellent shots in your life. What is the best golf shot that you've ever hit? Like, what is the one that you go back to?
There is one that I think about. Actually there's two, but one's a golf shot, one's a putt. So the golf shot, 2009, my rookie year, I got, picked to be on the Solheim team. It was like a super controversial pick. And I knew I had to play well.
I argued it for sure, but go ahead.
You were one of the haters, weren't you?
Yeah.
I knew it. So on Sunday, I, in a singles match, get paired up against Helen Alfredson, who is just an European legend at Solheim, just the fiercest, scariest person you can go up against. And this is my rookie year. So I'm up against her. First hole, she chips in, makes a birdie, goes one up. I'm like, great. Like, this is how it's going to be. Second hole, reachable par 5. I outdrive her. I have like a 5-iron. She hits it first and she hits it to like 3 feet. I'm like, great. And now like Solheim, my hands are visibly shaking. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to throw up on the first tee. Because when you're in that environment, playing for your country, like there's nothing that makes you more nervous. So I think it's a combination of how I was feeling and versus I was so scared to play against Helen Alfredson. And so I had this 5-iron shot. And back in the day, I was using blade 5-iron. So I feel like that adds into the story. And I hit it to 2 feet. And that was like by far the best shot that I feel like I've ever hit in my career. I think that set me up for the rest of my career because I would always like think back to that one shot. It's like, if I could do that, feeling that sick to my stomach, feeling that nervous, then I could do anything. And then the second one I could think of was when I won my last tournament, 2018 in Singapore. I had to make a 50-footer, and I knew I needed to make it, and I made it. And again, that was like that moment where like my hands were like close to being shaky and like, so yeah, those are my 2 shots.
I love that.
Not to bring up a sore subject, Michelle, but just curious, is there one particular horrible shot that just looms around?
So many.
No, I know. There's got to be one you're going, okay,
Well, there was one that almost lost me the U.S. Open. So 2014, when I won at Pinehurst, I had a 4-shot lead going into Sunday. Stacey Lewis made a monster run. And I still had a 3-shot lead going into hole 16. Then I was like, okay, I'm going to pull back. I'm going to just hit a fairway wood off the tee, hit it into the left fairway bunker. Great. Okay. And then I'm like, now I'm going to be aggressive. I don't know why I went from the shift of let's be conservative to now let's be aggressive from the fairway bunker. It makes zero sense. So I dig a hybrid out of the fairway bunker and I literally shank it right into the long grass, the fescue. And thought I lost the ball, like all these horrible situations just like ran in my mind. All I could feel was Stacey Lewis now starting to warm up on the range, where she's like, oh yeah, she's going to make a triple at least. Like, I got to start warming up, get prepped for this playoff. And thankfully found the ball. It ended up making a double. So now I went from a 3-shot lead to a 1-shot lead with 2 holes to play, which is literally just nightmare feel.
There'll be more from Michelle Wie, but right now she needs to get paid, and we're going to run this ad just for her. We're back here with Michelle Wie on We Need a Fourth, and she is a great fourth. I want to know, you talked earlier about taking money off old middle-aged men who thought they could beat you, right? Was there something similar, though, with the women who's like, junior golf is on Saturday, kid, come back, for the clinic, and then you beat them, or you show that you are what you were?
No, I got really lucky. So obviously I started playing in LPGA events really young. I qualified for my first one when I was 12, and I vividly remember, I think I was 12 or 13. I played in the Portland Open, and I was playing in the Pro-Am, which I don't know why I played in the Pro-Am, but I was playing in the Pro-Am as an am, I guess. And I was paired with Meg Mallon, obviously Hall of Famer, someone I really looked up to. And I was so nervous thinking, oh, she's going to hate me. She's going to be mean to me. And it literally could not have been the opposite. We started talking. She was just so warm. And immediately after that, she became my tour mom. But we did make a bet on the golf course. It was a friendly, closest to the pin. And this is a very 12-year-old thing. But I was like, let's, whoever hits it not closer to the hole has to dye their hair.
We played that.
And here's Meg Mallon, esteemed, prestigious golfer and icon. And I hit it closer than her. And I was like, ha ha, you have to dye your hair. And then we went to the locker room afterwards. And I don't know why also there was semi-permanent hair color. And I spray painted her hair rainbow color.
I've always heard, I have a couple friends, women golfers, and they always talk about when they have a little tournament at the club that female golfers are rule followers, and can get kind of catty out there. Guys are kind of whatever, you don't, but they'll call them on every single rule. They follow everything have you ever had any a hot moment with some other female golfers where things are getting a little dicey? Someone accused you of breathing too close to the ball and it oscillated?
On tour, anything competitive, anything that, you put a lot of people in, and I'm talking about the professional space, there's always going to be some sort of tension that arises. That's the thing about golf. Football, NBA, you have refs, watching every single move, where when you're out there, there's maybe 4 rule officials that are in golf carts all around. So you kind of it creates uncomfortable situations where you have to call people out. It creates for awkward moments, but it's if it's done all in the sake of making sure everyone is playing equally, then I think it's good. Now, in terms of just member guests and whatnot, it is what it is.
Do you have 1 child or 2?
2.
2. And are you instructing them on the game of golf? Tell us about that part of your life.
Yeah, I have a daughter who's 5 and a son who's 9 months. So a little early to bring him into the game.
Is he pretty good?
Yeah, okay. he's he's scratch golfer, plays from the back tees, 9 months, we start him young in this family. But no, it's really fun because my daughter who's 5, she loves the game. She will hit balls until her hands bleed, literally. She has blisters on her hands.
What?
And she will hit balls for 2 hours straight.
How does she feel about the divot rule? As just an amateur right now at 5, does she take it off a fairway divot?
I think that is the dumbest rule in golf. Hitting out of a divot, out of a pitch mark that isn't yours. And I've tried talking to the USGA, the R&A about this, any chance I get. And they're like, oh, we can't change that because how do you define what a divot is? How do you define what a pitch mark is? I was like, it's pretty simple.
Well, I think if you're amateur people, just give grace to your friend. Like, move it an inch. Or don't break your club on a rock or, same thing.
Yeah. Like, I remember, like, when we played in April, like, immediately I'm like, we're not playing with mud on our ball. Like, get it out of a divot. Like, get it out of a pitch mark. I also get really angry at mud balls. So I don't want to subject anyone to having to hit a mud ball.
It's weird. My ball doesn't really it doesn't change. The trajectory of my ball doesn't change with mud on it.
They're still talking about that in Scotland, all over. Even it's moved from out of St. Andrews into the East Lothian area, I think.
Is it more important for you as parents for them to have a good jumper or a good golf swing?
Ooh. I mean, I would like both. I think I would love. I just would love for them to be athletic and to play sports, because if they are like, I want to play the flute, I have no idea how to parent that. But if like you want to play sports, great. I know what we should do. I know it. But yeah, as long as they're outside being active, that's all I care.
Michelle, do you think your daughter can become can you play all the sports now and then still be a college level golfer?
No, I mean, I played everything up until I was 7. Okay. And then that's when but then I hear,
age 7, not 7th grade, age 7.
Did you miss out on brownies and Girl Scouts, or did you avail yourself of those opportunities as well?
She got kicked out of brownies for hitting the brownie.
I did not Girl Scout it. Yeah. No. Girls are more advanced than boys.
Still are, and always will be.
7.
Smarter.
But no, I mean, I do hear of people that only play one sport and like wish they would go back and play multiple sports. So, I think it depends on the right combination of sports. I think the seasons have to line up, and it's funny because I started my daughter with golf and tennis, and then I just put her in baseball. And it was I only put her in baseball really to only flatten out her golf swing.
Oh, really? Never mind. We know where this is going.
Oh, my God.
There's no chance.
She had a really steep backswing. And I was like,
so do I, Michelle.
Are you rattling?
Maybe you should play baseball.
Are you rattling keys in the background like Tigers? Are you doing all that?
I think as the daughter of a West and a we know she's not going to be a gymnast. So I think ruling out several sports, this girl is going to be playing a lot of G for envelopes of cash and taking money from everybody all over Vegas. I can't wait to see it.
Is she playing with plastic clubs right now, or is she using real?
No,
she's using real clubs.
Not.
Okay, just making sure.
No, she's.
What about your 9-month-old? Is he using plastic clubs, or does he have real ones?
PXGs.
He's just got fitted.
PXG.
You're going to set him up for a fitting?
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely
Come
can.
up to Bellevue. I got you.
Let me tell you a little something about PXG, Michelle.
They do a diaper change and a 9-iron fit with ease. It's everything you want.
Yeah, you got to start them young.
Wow.
Oh, my word.
We're saving children's sports right here on We Need a Fourth with Michelle Wie West, and we're taking a break and we're making money.
You mentioned the Masters, Augusta. I know you like having fun on the golf course, and I'll just leave it at that at the moment. But for you, do you have still, or do you feel like you have already achieved your golf bucket list? Like, is there a place? Is there a foursome? Is there anything right now that would make for a perfect round for you?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Thank you.
I still haven't played Augusta.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get you on.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll play together. I'll beat your ass over there, too.
Oh, is that your bucket list? Augusta with me.
Oh. Somehow I think Brian is going to invite himself on that trip as well.
I said I could help you, but what I meant was I'll go with you. Is that fine?
I'll carry your bag.
Yeah, of course.
Michelle, anybody you always wanted to play with but never got to?
I would love to play Barack Obama. President Obama, I would love. We went to the same high school. I would love to play golf with you.
Really?
If you're listening to this. Yeah, Punahou.
All right, Brock, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Me, Michelle, you at Augusta.
I'll caddy.
We can find.
Well,
we need a fourth.
Fat
is our
Perez.
show, but we also need a fourth for Augusta for
I have
Michelle's
a feeling it's going to be a member.
Oh, that's a fair point. Thank you. That's a fair point.
I'll
right.
drive you guys there. I'll pick you up at the airport, make sure you're taken care of. I'll just have that much of a role.
Michelle, quick, when playing, do you have a pet peeve? What do people do that drives you crazy when you play golf with them?
Slow golfers.
Yeah, you don't like that.
Like, get out of here. I especially, and I think my pet peeve with like casual golfers is golfers that care too much.
Yeah.
Like, why are you getting this angry over a shot? Like, if we're out there to have fun. So like slow golfers and golfers who care too much.
That's fair.
Those are good.
Slow in the setup, not necessarily. You can have a bad hole. I mean, I got a 10.
Oh, yeah,
no.
yeah.
It happened.
Yeah.
You're in the trap for 5 shots.
Yeah, at that point, just pick it up.
Well,
Go
or
ahead
pick
and
it
have
up,
it for
pick it
5
up and
times.
Thank
throw
you,
it.
Or
Michelle.
put it down permanently.
I like to keep an accurate score. I want to know, what did I do that day? It might not be good, and it might take a little longer.
Just pick it up.
They were-
Pick it
What
up.
about
At
Move
one
on to the
hole,
next one.
these bastards were 200 yards. I'm still like, my caddies trying to help me, and they just moved on. They played without me a couple holes, I think.
Michelle, what about the person who actually plays pretty well that day and wants to walk you through, okay, on 5, I thinned it a little bit, and then who wants to give you a replay, play-by-play? Brutal.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
That's
On 5, the number 5 on St. Andrews Old Course. It's a par 5.
Yep.
I don't know if everybody's talking about it over in Scotland, so I just thought, you might want to know here back in the States. I hit it to 5 feet. It's fine. Everybody's talking about it, and
Nobody.
I get embarrassed about it.
and you made the eagle putt. You made the
Okay.
eagle.
I made it.
Michelle, you said you don't bet, so I do, even though I shouldn't. But he was giving me strokes, right? They made me a 20. And me and Fat Perez lost. Cooper and Brian beat us. Brian had a 75 or something. Cooper hit a hole-in-one later, subsequent to this. And so we lose. And we said, let's go double or nothing last 3 holes. And this is me off a 10. And we ended up beating them 2 out of the 3, but they wouldn't go all in. They didn't want to work that hard. They were afraid of Fat Perez is what the problem was, right?
I have a Venmo for $100 from Fat Perez that I screenshot and sent it to all of my jackass friends. That was better. I sent him that, not the picture of Brian and I kissing on the bridge at St. Andrews. I scored 100 off Fat Perez. It's like a highlight. It was ridiculous.
What do you think of all the new sensation in golf? Do you follow? They're fun. There's a lot of funny people doing fun golf stuff, promoting the sport.
I love it. I don't think I'm cool enough to like really know YouTube golf, but I need to get into it. I really love like all the content that these people are doing. I think it brings a really fun thing into golf. I think it's making golf more appealing to the younger crowd. It's everything that golf needs, and I think it's amazing. I think what they're doing, it's hard work, and I think it's really cool.
You like the balance. You like going to hit balls on the range when there's tunes, and then sometimes you like the formality of it too.
I would say I'm a very casual golfer, so I definitely like, music on the range. Even when I was playing on tour, I actually loved it when there was music on the range and all that, because I always thought that I played better when I treated the game as a game. I think there's so many times where especially with golf, and I'm sure other sports as well too, but I felt like when I tried too hard and I treated it as a job versus something I love to do, I played so much worse. So I kind of, made sure I'm a very talkative person when I play golf, and I would just make sure that, if I had my friends in the groups with me, I would talk with them, just make it fun, make it a game. So yeah, I would say I'm a very casual golfer, especially now, even more so.
If you had one thing to change about golf, what would it be?
I think, I'm okay with like the formal dress code going away. Like I said, I'm a very casual golfer, but again, like, I don't know, I do appreciate and respect the tradition of golf. So I don't want that to go away altogether. But I mean, I think that's why I appreciate the new side of golf, like the YouTube golf. I think it makes it more casual. But I also, think we should always respect the tradition of golf as well, too. So
it is a little bit like there's a golf course in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is in the name of that golf course. And I find it not pleasant to play there because it's when it gets so stuffy, so sticklery about wardrobe, about what kind of belt you're wearing and whether your shirt is tucked in and the long pants, even walking from, by the way, not a joke, from the parking lot into a locker room, you have to walk in with long pants. It just kills the fun.
I protest.
And ultimately, golf should be fun. It's why I love playing with you. You clearly have so much fun and love the game, but love just being out there as well. And it just should be much more about that. Right?
Yeah, and not to bring back St. Andrews, but the thing that I love about St. Andrews and all the golf courses in the UK is that it's truly a park. I mean, when you're playing, St. Andrews, like in the late afternoon, you see people walking their dogs on the golf course. There's people and kids, and I love that, right? Because St. Andrews is the Mecca, right? And even though the Mecca, it truly is open to all. And I think that just comes from me because I grew up as a muni golfer. I never was part of a country club. So I love the idea that golf is for everyone. And I think that's kind of where I was going with the dress code thing. Like, I think, if you kind of break that down, and then, obviously still respect the tradition, but like kind of make it for everyone.
Yeah, it's sorry, I'm so passionate about this as well, because I think you can have tradition, but you can also be inclusive. And
St. Andrews.
St. Andrews. Exactly.
I draw the line at cutoff jeans. Cutoff jeans not acceptable.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot. You've played with a lot of celebrities. Does any celebrity round highlight in your life?
I mean, seeing Mardy Fish, as sad as he was on a golf course, truly made me so happy, because that guy's never been sad on a golf course. He wins everything.
Yeah.
And, I don't think Phelps has lost in that manner as well, too. I mean, Brian, I'm sure you have.
Wait a second. You and I enjoy very much the same golf course in Las Vegas, Shadow Creek. It is my number one. Where does it rank for you on golf courses to play in the world?
It's amazing. I mean, Shadow, I think the whole atmosphere, especially when you drive in and, there's really nothing around it, and you come in and it's like this green, lush, feels like you're, back in Georgia. It's amazing. I love the golf course. I would say my top three, my favorite, if I had to choose, would be obviously Pinehurst.
Okay.
Pebble.
Yeah.
And Kings Barn.
Oh.
Ooh, Goody. Right down the road.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Michelle, you have been an absolute trooper. I can't thank you enough for joining us. You've been a delightful fourth, and hopefully we all get to play golf one day soon.
Thank you. I know. I'm looking forward to it.
The best.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
We Need a Fourth is produced by SmartLess Media and Electric Avenue. Brian Baumgartner, Cooper Manning, Kenny Mayne, and Stewart Bailey are executive producers. Produced by Ann Harris and Kyle McGraw. Engineered by Kyle McGraw. Edited by Josh Richmond. Associate producer, Maddie McCann. Executive producer for Electric Avenue is Marc Forman. Executive producers for SmartLess Media are Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, Richard Korson, and Bernie Kominski.